Don't allow anyone, family, teachers, whoever it is, don't allow anyone to tell you that what you are dreaming for yourself and your family is not possible. It is possible.
It's necessary that you have it, that you work on it, that you develop yourself, that you go for what is yours in the universe. You decide, I'm not going to settle for this.
Don't be one of those people 20 years from now are going to be walking around in a 9-to-5 job, miserable and angry and bitter because you let your dreams get away from you.
It's possible that we can have our dream. Yes, it is. Other people have done it, then we can do it. We fail a lot of times. Well, a lot of other folks failed, and eventually they came back and they succeeded. So it's possible we can have what we want, and we know that we want to get it. It's necessary. It's necessary. We never stop learning and growing and developing ourselves. That we align ourselves with people that think like we do. It's necessary. We get negative, do-nothing people out of our lives. It's necessary that we never give up.
Here's the truth. Most people's dreams can be bought. With enough failure, with enough rejection, they will sell their dreams.
My hero. That's who I chase. And when I was 15 years old, I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I come back 2 weeks later. This person comes up and says, who's your hero? I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero's always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. But here's what I know. That dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. As we run toward it, as we work on it day in and day out. See, sometimes we can't say, I can do that. But what we can say, that it's possible that I can have my dream.
Good intentions don't work. The only thing that's going to make you great is what you do. Good intentions have kept people broke. Good intentions have stopped people from reaching their goals. Good intentions won't cut it. No more good intentions. No more only execution. No more I meant to. No more I should have. No more I wanted to. No more execution.
Could have convinced me when I started out just over 6 years ago working on my dream, and I want you to think about whatever your dream is, because I was willing to take a chance, and most people won't do that. Most of the people that you talk to try and bring them into the business, these are not risk takers. Most people have done all that they're ever going to do. They raise a family, they earn a living, and then they die. But people who are running toward their dreams, life has a special kind of meaning. And here's what I will share with you. That in the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of defeats, a lot of pain, a lot of failure, a lot of setbacks. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you. But not only is it important that you believe and begin to know that it's possible for you to live your dream as you run toward it, that you work on yourself, that you develop yourself. It's necessary. What you will realize is that you are greater than your circumstances, that you don't have to go through life being a victim. But it's necessary that you get the energy drainers out of your life, people who don't want anything, people who are not striving, people who are not challenging themselves, people who aren't growing, people who have stopped dreaming. What you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine.
Living The right way is the tough way. Doing what's right is hard, trust me. I've had a hard life. I have not done things the easy way in my life. Life is hard, isn't it? It is. Everybody in here has been through hardship. Everybody in here understands how life can be tough. When you start whining, that breeds negativity. Don't whine. That infuses a negativity that's just going to hammer your team. And all it starts is one little thing. It's like a disease negativity. You gotta push yourself. You gotta have that positive attitude because the choices you make are yours. They're your choices. The situation you're in is yours. I spent 15 months in the frigid waters of the Pacific Ocean, to the mountains of Afghanistan on 7 different occasions. And what I've learned in this incredible journey are a few undeniable truths about what enables us to succeed. Now, truth number 1 is you got fear in your heart always, and you can't defeat it. You talk about fear in your lives, in your personal lives, with your family. Folks, we've got fear, period. It's part of our lives. We have it in what we do for a living, right? So what you have to learn to do is embrace it. Commitment, training, communication, and leadership. In my short amount of years on this unbelievable planet, I have learned that these 4 things absolutely are the difference between whether you succeed or you fail. The second one is self-confidence is huge, it's important, and you gotta forge it every single day. The third one is you gotta live with purpose. If you don't have purpose in your life, you don't have momentum. You don't have anything driving you forward, anything pulling you out of bed every single day. We've been pushing the envelope, we've been setting the bar, we've been setting the standard for what the team life is and how you should live. Are you really committed to yourself physically? Because we all know when the going gets tough, the more in shape, the more focused you are on what you eat and what you consume, the better you are. To take chances in your own life, to make yourself better. Take chances on other human beings. To decide today is the day that I am going to be better. We know when we're doing something that's not right. We know when we're bringing down our team. We know when our self-confidence is being affected because now we're not living with integrity. You should be going out and finding somebody that's going to change your life. You should tap into somebody that cares about you, that wants to see you succeed. And you know what? Do what they say. I've chosen the wrong path many times. I'm ready to embrace that challenge every single day to do what's right, to live right. But guess what? If you understand that no matter what, life is going to be wet and sandy, and that's just the way it is, you can start shaking it off. And the last one, and the one I learned that left an indelible mark, not only in my heart, but in my soul, is nobody does it alone. There's not a single person that can raise their hand and say, you know what, Rut, I've done it by myself. We all need help. Not a single person out there has helped me, not a one. Living the team life in the SEAL teams, it's pretty easy to take risks. But what I have found in my life is that living an everyday life requires more risks. So as a result of that, you have to recognize that you have to live what I call team. We've been giving everything we are to our children, communities, to our families. But more importantly, we're willing to give everything we are and potentially everything we will ever be for the man that's next to us. This is the team life. You have to be 100% focused that everything you think about, everything you do is with someone else, is with a team. Think about the self-confidence that you're seeing. I'm hammering them. They're uncomfortable, they're wet, they're cold, they're sandy, they're starting to feel a little fatigue in their abs and their shoulders, but guess what? They are not going to quit on me. No matter what they're having to endure, they're always going to go back to those things. They're always going to go back to those foundations of their life that help them live with integrity.
Failure isn't permanent. Falling isn't permanent. Living means doing what you love to do. And if I have to fall here and there to do what I want to do in life, then so be it. That's when I realized the true key to success. You see, I always thought if I could just fear the act of failing, and if I fear it like crazy, I will succeed. Because I thought the fear would magically motivate me to get out there and start taking action. They're gonna talk about how only 1% make it to the top. Big deal. Wanna know something else? Only 1% of nerds stick with that video game long enough to get good at it. Only 1% of relationships stick it out to the end. Only 1% stick with that fitness program long enough to see results. That doesn't mean you have a 1% chance. It just means you'll have to do something better than giving up a month from now. You're here right now at this moment because tomorrow you want to be somebody greater than the person you are today. You see yourself succeeding, you have a vision, you have a dream. And I'll tell you one thing, one is a failure and one is a success. And if you love success, there is nothing that can stop you. All those negative things people say will mean nothing. Those are just numbers. You want to talk about numbers? Take a look around you and take a good look around you. Are you like 99% of the people around you? If you are, then you're in the wrong video, my friend. You have to love success just as much because that's what's gonna allow you to get up and go for it. Falling isn't permanent. Failure isn't permanent. Being scared to fail won't do anything. In fact, when you love success and you start going for it, guess what happens? You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail 10 times, 100 times, maybe even 1,000 times. But that's okay. And for every 10 failures, you'll land one success. You have to love success so much that you're willing to fail 10 times before you can succeed once. That's how a winner does it.
Osho said the greatest fear in the world is the opinion of others. And the moment you're unafraid of the crowd, you are no longer a sheep. You become a lion. A sheep never leads, a lion never follows. A lion is in complete control of his or her life. A great roar arises in your heart, the roar of freedom. Sheep have no freedom. The sheep live with fear and uncertainty every day.
Imagine if Steve Jobs was afraid of people not liking his product. There would be no iPhone. Imagine if Michael Jordan was scared of missing. He would have never taken a shot. So ask yourself this. Do you want to be a person who fears failure, or do you want to be a person who loves success? Which one? So the next time someone tells you, you're gonna fail, you know what you tell them? Tell them they're right. But you're not afraid to fail. You're not afraid to take action. You're not afraid to jump. You get right back up and keep going. And this time, you're gonna be stronger, wiser, and you'll be more driven than ever. You're gonna fail 10 times, but you know what? It's cool. Because on the 11th time, you'll succeed. Oh, you'll succeed, all right. And it'll feel good.
How great could your life be if you lived with the certainty of a lion? What if you just started believing in yourself? How far could you go with unbreakable self-belief? Who could you become if there was no doubt in you and your own abilities? if you trusted your intuition and just went for everything you want in life with the same ruthless certainty as a lion hunting its prey. Take responsibility. Take ownership. Take action. Only you know what's best for you in your life. Only you know which path to take in each moment of your life. You must make those decisions with certainty.
If you pursue your dreams and you fail, sure, you might be a little bit more financially unstable. You might experience stress or other feelings you wish you never had to experience. But either way, even if you fail, you will end up back to where you started, which is where you are now. So what do you literally have to lose? The absolute worst way to live. If you don't jump, believe me, if you don't pursue your gift, you will live a life full of regret, and your gift, your dreams, everything that you ever had to offer to the world will die with you. As long as you're at the wrong place, at the wrong time, your whole life could disappear in the blink of an eye, along with everything you wished you could have done. Whether you're walking down the street, whether you're stepping into the elevator, whether you're walking down the stairs, whether you're just existing. Listen, you'll see people from nowhere die of a heart attack. Gone. No family history, no symptoms, no causes, nothing. It happens, and that's the cruel life that we live in. And it's something that we cannot control. Some of you right now, you're thinking about maybe starting a business. You have a great idea that you want to incorporate into your lifestyle. Maybe you're thinking about pursuing your dreams to the fullest. Maybe you're thinking about putting in the work to become a doctor, an engineer, a firefighter, a professional athlete. But some of you won't follow these ambitions because you're afraid. You're afraid to fail. You let the fear of failure dictate your actions. And you're afraid of what mama or papa thinks. You're afraid of what your sister, your brother thinks, or your grandpa or your grandma, or your cousins, or whoever. But what truly matters is you. You are in possession of a gift. You have a talent, and whatever that talent is, you can make yourself and people around you a stronger and better place with it. But sometimes the only way to do that is to take a risk. From first-hand experience, I am pissed off at myself. I am pissed off, and I regret so much in my life. I can't even fathom explaining it. Not about what I've done, but what I haven't done. All the opportunities that I turned down, and all the chances that I never took just because I was afraid. At one point, you have got to take a leap if you want to make that gift that you have become a reality. Or because I was worried about what other people think. And I officially decided to sit down. I sat down for weeks. I didn't just think of what I'm saying right now. I didn't think of it overnight. This is months. This is months of thinking, and I just sat down and I just wrote. And after comparing the randomness of death versus the chance of you failing while relentlessly pursuing your dreams versus the chance of you living a terrible life because you failed at pursuing your dreams versus just calling it a day right now and living a traditional Western world lifestyle versus everything you can think of versus absolutely everything. And I can gladly say that right now, as of this moment right here, I would rather live each day as if it were my last. So what I want to make clear is that regardless of the path that you take in your life, at one point, death will consume you. It doesn't care whether you floss your teeth in the morning, whether you raise a family or not, whether you go on to be rich, poor, a success, a failure, whatever, you are still going to die at one point. It is that simple. And knowing that you're going to die soon should be the biggest motivation to both make the difficult decisions in life and to get your ass out of bed in the morning. So now the question becomes, what is it that you truly have to lose? And take every risk possible in these sacred moments that I have on earth now to make myself as successful and happy as possible, than to be sitting in my deathbed when I'm 90 years old regretting not taking a chance and thinking about what my life could have been if I just jumped when I was 18 or when I was 15 or when I was 22, because tomorrow is not a promise. I would rather die trying to live my dreams than to live a longer life filled with regret.
The hard work and the struggle you face now is the main ingredient for who you'll become tomorrow.
Now, whatever you've been through, whatever that is, guess what? You still here. You have a great life in front of you. But your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you.
There comes a time in life, more often than not for most of you, where you've got to deal with pain, with tough times, with heartache. Why do bad things always happen to good people? These times are designed to make or break you. When something bad happens in life, our common response is to ask questions like, why me? I'd love to tell you that you can go through life without disappointment, but I can't. Now, I'd love to tell you that pain won't come in your life, but I can't. Now, I'd love to tell you that you'll go through life without any heartache, but I can't. Just know that if you hold your ground and push through pain, you will become stronger.
Some of you are in the darkest of darkest valleys. I don't know what you're going through, but I know what you need. Hope.
When you're working on something and you put everything you have in it, and it doesn't work out, you lose your money and other people's money. It's hard. It's hard handling just the tragedies of life. It's hard. You will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you.
Pull yourself together and quit tripping because you in the process. God is processing you. He ain't through with you. If he was through with you, you would not wake up in the morning.
Diamonds ain't formed on soft sandy beach somewhere. They're formed in the toughest, most intense, most dangerous place on earth. Under pressure that you couldn't even imagine. Under tension, under pain. This is where diamonds are formed. All life demands struggle. Most people think life comes with promises, not pain, privileges, not problems. But those who have everything given to them don't appreciate. They become lazy, selfish to the real values in life. The hard work and the struggle you face now is the main ingredient for who you'll become tomorrow.
I will make it for you when you want to give up and things are working against you. What is it that will make it worth it for you to face the rejections? What is it that will make it worth it for you to brainstorm and not be intimidated and say, I can do this? What is it that will make it worth it for you to raise the bar on yourself and say, I got some more stuff in me? What is it?
And I want you to know that beautiful things can come from your broken pieces when you give your broken pieces a chance.
How can we appreciate success and happiness if we've never had pain? The tough times make you stronger. Every single struggle makes you better. Every time you get knocked down, it lets you climb a little higher next time. We all experience pain. My challenge to you is to not just go through pain, but grow through it. What are you going to do when you go through pain? Because how pain changes you is up to you. Without struggle, there can be no victory.
It is okay to be scared. It is okay to cry. But giving up is not.
You're going to have sometimes low moments when you won't want to get out of bed. You just want to stay there. At times you won't want to come out the house. See, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. People know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
I just want you to know that it's not the end. It matters how you're going to finish.
If you have time to do anything in your life, you can better yourself. If you have time to pursue a hobby, here's one way you never better yourself. When you come up with excuses for why other people are successful and you're not. That's dangerous.
Do you feel sorry for yourself because you lost your job? Do you feel sorry for yourself because you're having a bad day? Do you feel sorry for yourself because you just feel like you're just not having the day that you want to have because the day that you have is not the way you want it to go? Or do you feel that you deserve a pat on your back because you did a good thing? We all got a responsibility. We all got to be accountable. We all got to put in work, but don't give up.
There's sometimes you just gotta get up and get it done. There's sometimes where you have to pull yourself up and you have to push forward even if you want to stay in bed.
There's somebody out there right now that is struggling. Because there's somebody out there right now that is hurting. There's somebody out there right now that's got it a little bit tougher than you do. So why are you gonna give up now? Anything that comes your way, you got to be prepared to accept the challenge and go through it. Don't lay on your back. If something's on your chest, get it off.
One of the worst decisions a man can make is to be comfortable. Every single person who has ever done anything worthwhile or exceptional or difficult or extraordinary, there is no easy road. It does not exist. It is impossible. Everyone encounters difficulty. Everyone has issues.
You're not dead yet. As long as you're breathing, as long as that heart is pumping blood, they haven't put rose petals on your box yet. Make sure every breath you take counts for something. It's time to understand that if you want to get something out of your life, you got to be willing to work for it. How much are you really willing to give? Are you prepared to struggle? Are you prepared to hurt? Because if you're not that person, then lay back down. Stay where you are. Don't move forward. Move backwards. But if you are the person that you say you are, we don't have time to wait.
Yet some of you have failed and you have decided, well, guess what? I'm a failure. No, failure is an event. It is never a person. Just because you failed doesn't mean that you're a failure. In fact, failure is actually fuel for your future. The way that you grow, the way that you advance, you have to fail in order to succeed.
If your life was a movie and it started now, forget about whatever financial disasters you've had, personal failures, relationship failures. What would the hero of your life's movie do right now? Do that. Do those things.
Time has already made up its mind. Because time doesn't owe you anything. Time is not thinking about you. What you gonna do? Who said it's supposed to be easy? It takes grit. It takes tenacity. It takes sacrifice. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. This is not a pity party. But you got the right to celebrate the life. Because no matter if it's good or if it's bad, nothing is greater than living. Because if you're living, there's a possibility to change something. But not just change it, evolve it. Evolve it to something greater. Being able to take something that may not be nothing to others, but may mean something to you. There are so many people in this world that don't believe in you.
But while you're sitting around worrying about people believing in you, why don't you focus on believing in yourself?
We all go through hard times. We all go through depression. We all go through doubt and moments in your life where it's really difficult and you're trying to figure out what your path is going to be. And those difficult moments are what build your character.
This too shall pass. You're going to get through this thing.
Try to surround yourself with people who impose and promote positivity and good vibes. You will notice the tremendous effect that it has on your lifestyle. The reason why people don't want to take these risks is because right now they feel like they got a lot to lose and that their current situation is relatively nice, and most importantly, right now, they are comfortable. I would rather live each day as if it were my last and take every risk possible in these sacred moments that I have on earth now to make myself as successful and happy as possible than to be sitting in my deathbed when I'm 90 years old regretting not taking a chance. Because tomorrow is not a promise. I would rather die trying to live my dreams than to live a longer life filled with regret. And when you get comfortable, you don't want to move. And that comfort zone, I like to call it the danger zone, because this comfort zone will persuade you to stay in there for as long as possible. And it is, I know how it is. I know the comfort zone. They got used to living basic within society standards, being with their friends every now and then, being well rested. They got comfortable. What if something goes wrong? And it's something that every role model that I look up to tries to enforce. Why would you take a risk that puts you through stress, puts your family through stress, makes you lose sleep, makes you lose time, makes you put in the extra work, makes you take ridiculous chances that are 1 to 1,000? You know, but before I even continue, the fact that I'm even sitting here and talking is astonishingly ridiculous on its own. That I think education is extremely important and plays a crucial role into bringing success into your life, and that knowledge is power. The best thing in life is to always have a backup plan and take into consideration. I feel like education will always be here for me to come back to, whether I'm 20, 25, 40, or whatever. And I think that I have an amazing idea, vision, passion, and drive now in my peak, and that I'm able to capitalize on, which makes me feel like I'm throwing it away if I don't pursue it. It is so convincing. It is so hard to escape comfort. I know. And as it persuades you to stay in there, you will literally, unconsciously, see your whole life go right by you. And the biggest response that I've been getting recently is, Marco, what if it fails? Which, I mean, yeah, like, what if it fails? But that's the whole point of taking a chance with things like startup companies or entrepreneurship. It's ridiculously high risk. What if I lose my wallet? Or better yet, what if this succeeds? Like, what if I get hit by a car? You know, it's easy to be negative or to be closed-minded, but I think it's easier to be optimistic and to be open-minded. And the main reason that I'm serious about this now is because I am pissed off for greatness. I want to move mountains. And like Ray Lewis once said, if you're not pissed off for greatness, then you're okay with being mediocre. And I am definitely not okay with being average. And I don't think anyone should be. Starting your own business or being self-employed, although preferable, doesn't exactly require any kind of diploma or degree. I feel like I can accomplish anything.
The biggest favor you can ever do for yourself as you progress through life's up and downs, through the good and the bad, when things get rough, is know that you are going through what every successful person, every champion, every innovator has gone through in the history of mankind. In the real world, the one we are living in, it doesn't matter who you are never entitled to a result. Victory is a product of the fight.
don't care how dark it looked for you. I don't care what they done said to you. I don't care what the verdict is. I don't care what the haters say. It ain't over. No matter what happens to you, it ain't over. Ain't no such a thing as over. Do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up and you can turn around and get it right. Do you know that you can be divorced multiple times and still be okay? Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. You just got to quit tripping while you're in the process, because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when he gets you on the other side of it, you're going to see exactly why it went that way. And you're going to be okay with it. We all live in this bubble. What you got to do to get the life that God wants you to have, you got to put more air in your bubble. Expand yourself. You got to blow your bubble up. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. You know, you can actually change the direction of your life. You know, you actually have a say-so in how your life goes. Life is not designed where you just wake up and see how it go and you react. You actually have a say-so. You have a determining voice into where your life can go. You have no say-so in what happens to you, but you have a say-so in what you do about it. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary is cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. See, life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it. I'm sorry, but here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. All of you. You put extra on top of on ordinary, and you come up with extraordinary. It's no other way. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category. Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life and your was sleep. Pull yourself together and quit tripping because you in the process. God is processing you. He ain't through with you. If he was through with you, you would not wake up in the morning.
The hard work and the struggle that you face now is the main ingredient for who you'll become tomorrow.
Now, whatever you've been through, whatever that is, guess what? You still here. You have a great life in front of you. But your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you.
And let me tell you, when you've been through pain, when you've fought for where you are, you ain't gonna let anyone take away what you got. When you've earned it and paid your dues and failed and suffered and been down, been hurt, and you get back up, when pain and struggle comes to face you again, you look it in the face and stand it down. Because you've been through too much. You're too strong now. Everything that has happened to you up until this point has made you who you are.
Don't do that. When they tell you you're not gonna make it, don't believe them, man. Don't believe them. You got to be relentless. Don't believe them. When you're thinking about giving up, when you feel like giving up, when it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they?
when they tell you to put all your stuff back on your desk. Don't do that, man.
This will fill you with confidence and you'll start carrying yourself differently. You'll start looking at the world differently. You'll start talking differently, walking differently, because you ain't no longer the person you are. You're the person you've always wanted to be. But you've got to believe in you.
And I'm saying to you, what if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
This is not for everyone. This is not for the faint at heart. This is for people who have goals and dreams that they want to achieve. Look at your life right now. If you want to keep on getting what you're getting, keep on doing what you're doing. If you change your ways, I'll give you far more than you ever lost. You've got to be willing to change your ways. Your life is working. If you don't like what you have produced, you're a director, you are the star, you wrote this script, you produced this, whatever it is. If it's a hit, you produced it. If it's a flop, you produced it. Take ownership of it and decide to go back to the drawing board and rewrite the script that you are the star of.
Yes, it hurts sometimes when you feel alone. It hurts sometimes when you're in that dark place and you feel no one cares about you. The first thing you got to realize is that you got to love yourself. It's about self-love. Start understanding that if you're going to do something with your life, you got to fall in love with yourself again. You got to stop self-hating yourself. Do something that's gonna make you a better person. Make an impact in this world. Don't look at it as though it's something that you gotta do temporary. Although we know that life is short, life is not a game. Life is living. There's the good and there's the bad, and there's definitely the right now. You can't wait for somebody else to make your life better. You got to make your life better. You got to focus on you. Now, I'm not saying forget the rest of the people, but I'm telling you to get rid of the things that are not making you strong, that are not making you better, that are not making you efficient, that's not putting you in a better place, that's not giving you the strength that you need to keep living the life that you have been given. Don't you give up on life, because once your life is over, you can't come back. Leave your mark. Help someone. Lift someone up when they're down. Be the strength for others when they're weak. And maybe when you're at the weakest point in your life, someone will lift you up. Because we all struggle. No one is immune to it. So keep fighting forward. Don't give up.
Sometimes we look at pieces in our lives that don't make sense. The key is what we do in our times of pain. Every painful time, even though you don't like it, pain will change us. It's developing something in you that can only be developed in the tough times.
Like many people in this world, they didn't realize that the next day they was going to be diagnosed with a cancer. But you are still living. They thought that tomorrow was going to be waiting for them, and they did not wake up. Now what do you have to do? how are you going to move forward? How are you going to proceed your life?
Eventually, that will pass. You'll get through it, but you will be different. In those tough times, when you're uncomfortable, dealing with an illness, going through a loss, you can easily let it overwhelm you. Now, how the pain changes you is up to you. You can come out defeated. You can come out bitter, or you can come out better. Or you can come out with a new passion, giving up on your dreams, a new fire, excited about the new opportunities in front of you.
Live, breathe, life, you. That's what it's about. It's gonna hurt. Sometimes it's gonna get tough. But when it get tough, you get tough. Just make sure you make your mark. Make sure you make your mark in this world. Because somebody didn't make it today. But you did. Keep living. Keep living strong. Don't give up.
I'm wondering this morning if there's anybody here that life has handed you something that you didn't expect. The one thing I can tell you for sure is that nothing is for sure. Life will often disrupt what you expected. That just as soon as you have it down in a nice, neat little box of how you think it's gonna go, it will never be what you expected it to be. So you gotta get used to being a little disappointed. You gotta get used to being a little bit shocked. You gotta get used to walking into situations and being flexible and adjustable. Because if you are not flexible, you cannot survive.
It is not about worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, because guess what? Tomorrow doesn't owe you or me anything. And matter of fact, tomorrow has already made up its mind. You have this moment. You can't worry about yesterday, because yesterday is not coming back to look for you. Whatever you had the chance to do yesterday won't come back. But you have this moment. You have this chance to do something great with this life that you have been given.
If you have time to do anything in your life, you can better yourself. If you have time to pursue a hobby, here's one way you never better yourself. When you come up with excuses for why other people are successful and you're not. That's dangerous.
Do you feel sorry for yourself because you lost your job? Do you feel sorry for yourself because you're having a bad day? Do you feel sorry for yourself because you just feel like you're just not having the day that you want to have, because the day that you have is not the way you want it to go? Or do you feel that you deserve a pat on your back because you did a good thing? We all got a responsibility. We all got to be accountable. We all got to put in work, but don't give up.
There's sometimes you just got to get up and get it done. There's sometimes where you have to pull yourself up and you have to push forward even if you want to stay in bed.
There's somebody out there right now that is struggling, because there's somebody out there right now that is hurting. There's somebody out there right now that's got it a little bit tougher than you do. So why are you going to give up now? Anything that comes your way, you got to be prepared to accept the challenge and go through it. Don't lay on your back If something's on your chest, get it off.
One of the worst decisions a man can make is to be comfortable. Every single person who has ever done anything worthwhile or exceptional or difficult or extraordinary, there is no easy road. It does not exist. It is impossible. Everyone encounters difficulty. Everyone has issues.
You're not dead yet. As long as you're breathing, as long as that heart is pumping blood, they haven't put rose petals on your box yet. Make sure every breath you take counts for something. It's time to understand that if you want to get something out of your life, you got to be willing to work for it. How much are you really willing to give? Are you prepared to struggle? Are you prepared to hurt? Because if you're not that person, then lay back down. Stay where you are. Don't move forward. Move backwards. But if you are the person that you say you are, we don't have time to wait.
Yet some of you have failed and you have decided, well, guess what? I'm a failure. No, failure is an event. It is never a person. Just because you failed doesn't mean that you're a failure. In fact, failure is actually fuel for your future. The way that you grow, the way that you advance, you have to fail in order to succeed.
If your life was a movie and it started now, forget about whatever financial disasters you've had, personal failures, relationship failures. What would the hero of your life's movie do right now? Do that. Do those things.
Time has already made up its mind. Because time doesn't owe you anything. Time is not thinking about you. What you gonna do? Who said it's supposed to be easy? It takes grit. It takes tenacity. It takes sacrifice. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. This is not a pity party. But you got the right to celebrate the life. Because no matter if it's good or if it's bad, nothing is greater than living. Because if you're living, there's a possibility to change something. But not just change it, evolve it. Evolve it to something greater. Being able to take something that may not be nothing to others, but may mean something to you. There are so many people in this world that don't believe in you. But while you're sitting around worrying about people believing in you, why don't you focus on believing in yourself?
We all go through hard times. We all go through depression. We all go through doubt and moments in your life where it's really difficult and you're trying to figure out what your path is going to be. And those difficult moments are what build your character.
This too shall pass. You're going to get through this thing.
I wish I could tell you that if you just keep going, it's gonna get lighter, but that's not the truth. The truth is you gotta find something within. You have been given information. You are this close to making every dream you wrote down happen. Why? Because you have been taught by the best of the best. You've been taught by people who've been doing this for years. You have been taught by the best of the best. You've been taught by people who love you and care for you. People who are giving you information that you're not going to get randomly on your own. And so you are this close to your dreams and goals. So I have to ask you the question. You have the information. Now what are you going to do with it? If I was going to quit, I would have quit in the abandoned building when I wanted to commit suicide and take my life. I should have quit when I heard my voice say, your mama don't want you, your daddy don't want you. Take your life. I got through that, so I'm gonna quit over an F on a grade. Come on. And so I'm telling y'all, you have come too far to quit now. You have invested too much to quit now. You have lost too much to quit now. Don't whine about it. Don't cry about it. Get a reward for your pain. Look, I want you to look at your goals, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you know what it takes to make that happen? Like, do you, like literally, like, if this is all it's gonna take, 3 things, it's all it's gonna take. Do you know what it takes? Look, the only thing it takes to go from where I went to, sleeping in abandoned buildings, eating out of trash cans, a homeless, high school dropout. I went from being a high school dropout, getting a GED to having a PhD. Listen to me, the only thing it takes is knowing what it takes. So one day I woke up and was like, okay, E, stop talking about what you don't have. You need to know what you don't know so you can get to where you're trying to get to. So I need to get a different relationship to knowledge. So being successful is not who you are, it's what you know. So I'm hyped, but I did not come here just so you can get pumped up or get hyped. You gotta find something within, and that's gotta push you, and that's gotta elevate you, and that's gotta drive you, and that's gotta move you. I can't quit. I can't stop. I can't get tired. I can't give up. I can't give in. My mama counting on me. My wife is counting on me. Listen to me. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, when you ain't got nothing left in your tank, you got to think about the people in your life that you're doing this for. And then if you could think about them, you could go one more mile. You could go one more day at work. It's when you have nothing left. It's when you depleted all your money, when all your energy gone, when you have nothing left, that's when it's showtime. When you find a way out of no way, when you find breath that you don't have, when you find energy that did not exist, when you want this thing as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you find a way. I'm not interested in your reality right now. I want you to get back to your dreams. I want you to get back to your goals, because no matter what is happening in life, you got another 30 years, another 40 years, another 50 years, like you can't get stuck on. You thought you were just gonna have a dream and a goal, and you were just gonna wake up and just walk into the sunset. You're like, dream, boom. It don't work like that. You have a dream, and then life punks you. Life punks you and say, do you really want this? You're gonna lose friends. Do you really want this? Do you really want this? Cousins gonna abandon you. People that you used to be like this with gonna think you bougie and don't want to deal with you. It's a part of it, but I paid too much.
30 years, 18-hour days, not 8-hour days, not 10-hour days, not 12-hour days, 18-hour days. I've been married 15 years to Elena. Not one time has she ever said, you work too much. Not one time. She has never said to me, what are you doing getting home so late? She knows what I'm doing. I'm closing deals. I'm taking care of my family. I'm trying to get to 10x levels. It's been 30 years, 30 years. It's probably gonna be 30 years for you too. Doubt, uncertainty, insecurities, rejection, disappointment, judgment. It's gonna be 30 years of it. Are you willing to pay the price?
I don't need you focusing on cars and money and stuff. You're gonna get that. I need you to focus on why you were born for this particular time. What are you doing here in the first place? Why are you here on earth? Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity I have to reprove myself again. Every opportunity I'm still nervous. E.T., you've been doing this for years. Why are you so nervous? Because the day you become content, there you stop evaluating yourself. The reason why I speak with so much passion, E.T., why do you speak with so much authority? Because I'm talking about my life, not something that I read. The day you stop growing, day you stop getting better is the day you die. Is the day the person who's trying to catch you will get you. You ain't got to start with the two-parent background. You ain't got to start with wealth. You ain't got to start with your parents graduated. It's not the hand that you dealt. You got rich kids who own drugs. You got rich kids who don't know their purpose in life. It's not the hand that you was dealt, baby. It's how you play your hand. I don't want nothing from you but for you to leave this room and know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want to drive? Be like, how much money do you want to make a year? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? I need to tell you that you owe you something. And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. You've been lazy your whole life, and now somebody told you you can make 6 figures, and you go knock on the door 100 times and your body say you a lie. You have to fight and fight and fight and fight. And most of you won't be successful, not because you can't do it, but you can't outlast your old you long enough to get to your new. Here's the deal. If you get to the top of the tree, all the fruit from the bottom at the top is going to be there, son.
It doesn't matter if you can't see the top from where you are. Just know that if you keep climbing, if you keep learning how you can get to the next level. People don't make it because they quit. Full stop. You will soon be exactly where you need to be. If you quit, if you never start climbing, if you never take that first step, you'll never get there, and you'll forever live in regret.